Yeah, we're gonna change the oil on Ezra today. I thought about going for a ride. I'm too tired. See, I've been driving since yesterday, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It is now currently 10:44 in the morning the following day. So, um, yeah, I'm going to go to the motorcycle shop after I go by my boy Austin's shop and drop off the road. Oh, I can barely talk. After I drop off the charger for one of my Segways so he can jump start it. Segways, the S Plus, the Mini Pro, if they sit for 6 months or longer, the battery puts itself in a deep sleep state, and you have to do a direct current jump to it in order to wake it back up. So Austin's gonna do that. He's good at that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna have him do that. We're gonna go to, like I said, the motorcycle shop. We're gonna get some engine oil, and we're going to get the diff oil. I think I have both. Probably, I should probably. Nope, they're gonna be for scooters. Anyway, so we're gonna go on ahead and do that, and let's go. Looks like everybody's out today on a Thursday. All right, so we went to the motorcycle shop and we got some Bell Ray. I've never heard of Bell Ray. If you guys ever heard of Bell Ray, get in the comments. Let me know what you think of Bell Ray. I've never heard of it, but he said, man, this is the stuff. And this guy who owns the shop that I just went to, he's a race head. He's a motorcycle race guy, kind of a long-term or older racing guy, heavy into the MotoGP. So maybe this is a really good racing oil or oil for like high performance bikes or, you know, just stuff like that. So we're gonna go on ahead, we're gonna go to the house, change the oil out. I was trying to get the diff oil, but he didn't have it. So I'm gonna, I'll just do that another time since that's ridiculously easy to do. We're gonna go get Ezra's fired up, get that motor oil nice and, you know, warmed up so I can flush it out, and we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. All right, so we got that Bell Ray motor oil. Now, I had to order the gold plug. I think that's what it's called. It's called a Glow Gold plug. And basically, this thing is allegedly supposed to grab the shavings inside the motor. Now, Ezra only has 3,000 miles on him. He doesn't have very many miles, so not really a big deal. So, let's see, which way are we going to do this? What are we going to do? Which way are we going to do it? This thing is going to do now, it's going to follow me. It's going to keep me in frame as I talk to you guys. Honda Navi has a screen filter. It's not an actual oil filter, but a screen filter. And the screen filter is on the other side of the bike. So let's bring Ezra over here real quick so you guys can get a better look at it. You guys are wondering which gimbal I'm using. It's the GoPro Fluid Pro, AI Fluid Pro. You guys can see it'll track you from behind as well. So if you look down over here, if you look right here, you see two plugs, right? You got this one and you got this one. This one is the drain plug for the rear diff, and this one right here is the oil fill, and it kind of actually says it right here on the casing of the actual transmission. Now for the engine oil, this right here, that is going to be the screen for the oil filter. Right here on the exhaust side, to drain the oil, you want to loosen this up, right? And then right down here, that is the drain plug for the engine oil filter. Now the oil filter for the Navi only takes 800 milliliters. I'm going to let them run for about 3 minutes. Let the engine oil get real fluid, and then I'm going to drain it. When you do this, you always want the bike to be upright. I don't have a center stand on this bike anymore, or I've never had one. So I'm going to supplement the bike standing up straight by using a piece of cardboard. So I got it sitting on a piece of cardboard. The parking brake, if you guys did not know, is the left lever. You pull it, and you see that other lever right here? You pull that as well. Parking brake is set. That way this thing doesn't roll off the piece of cardboard. Alright, so I got this bad boy running. Get that oil moving around a little bit. Alright, turn them off. We're gonna grab our 12 mic. Got the 12mm socket. Let me bring you guys down here on the ground so you can kind of see. Hopefully you do see what's happening. And just right there is the drain plug. I got me a little loaf pan because, you know, they're disposable. Not a big deal. Some people may be wanting to know, like, what do you do with the oil once you get it inside the pan? And most mechanic shops, auto mechanic shops, truck mechanic shops, they have an oil recycling bin that you can actually dump your stuff in. So just go to your local auto shop with your pan and you know, ask them if you can dump your oil there. And as you guys can see right here, I'm gonna get this bolt out. I'm wondering if it's a magnetic bolt. I guess we finna find out. Ooh, that oil is dirty. No, this is just the OEM Honda bolt. Very easy to drain. You guys can see that oil is looking dark. I would not be surprised if it's never been changed. All right, just for perspective, I'm gonna let a couple of those drops of oil fall onto this paper towel so you guys can see. It's really not that bad. I don't think so. It's not really dirty. So maybe the guy who gave it to me, maybe he did an oil change not too long after I got it from him. I put 600 miles on this thing since I gotten it, and the oil didn't look too bad, to be honest with you. And so this bottle right here, 800 milliliters. So we're gonna take that much, and we're gonna make sure there's 200 left in this bottle when we stop. You really don't want to overfill these things because you don't know if there's an effect on overfilling your oil with these small motors. You know what I mean? The tolerances might not be there. They might be exactly 800 milliliters. Me personally, I'm probably gonna get it down to where there's like 8 ounces left, because you see you got 200 and then 300. I'll probably make it so that there's 8 ounces left, and I'll just monitor the dipstick, and if I need to add, I'll just add to, because it ain't gonna be much of a big deal adding oil to this bad boy. So I'm gonna go on ahead and take the bolt. It's not a big deal to get a new plug for your bike, you know, every few oil changes, because these things, you know, they do warp even when you torque them to specs, which I do not know the torque specs for this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get it tight and snug. I'm just gonna get it, like, you know, to where it stops screwing in. And then I'm gonna give it a nice little tug and leave it like that wherever it's gonna be at. So let me get this thing in here. I'm trying to get a feel for the threads. All right, we got action. And so I'm gonna hand tighten it. Gonna grab the 12 mic. I'm just gonna give it a nice little tug, just a little tug. And that's it. You don't want it to be too loose either, because you might mess around and find out. So let's go. Adding oil is very simple. Make sure your drain plug is locked up. Take this thing out. Put it somewhere so it doesn't get debris on the dipstick, even though you can still wipe it. Not a big deal. Get you a funnel. Shout outs to BG Racing for the funnel. And we're gonna just line this thing up. I'm gonna leave 8 ounces in this bottle. I'm over here smelling the engine oil. Don't mind me, y'all. Not too bad, not too bad. All right, we're going in there. We're going in. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you guys can see that, but we got 8 ounces in there. So I'm gonna leave it right there. I'll come back to this later if it needs more, because we gotta turn the motor on. We gotta let that oil move around. Let that engine be like, hallelujah. I like to use brake parts cleaner. It don't have to look like this. It just needs to say brake parts cleaner. And usually you'll just spray it in here and it'll clean the oil out. Basically dry out the oil inside the funnel so you don't have to be wiping and wiping and wiping. Gonna do that outside. Next step, you get your dipstick. Get you a piece of paper towel or something that does not shed fibers. Those shop towels like this one that doesn't actually shed fibers onto anything you rub it with is what you want to use, because you don't want those little particles in your motor. I'm just going to put the dipstick in here. And there we go. It's almost at the top. So I'm going to wipe it. Nice and clear too. That's what I'm talking about. Gonna put it, matter of fact, I'm going to screw it in, because usually it's screwed in when you check your oil levels, right? So make sure it's screwed in. All right, we're going to take it out. Boom, it's pretty much at the very top of the dipstick. And that's what you want to see, man. That's what you want to see, guys. So make sure after you do an oil change, you run the vehicle, make sure there's no leaks anywhere, all that good jazz. Oh, he fired up real nice. Well, itsy bitsy spider. Oh, you're a big one. You might be prego. All right, mama. We gotta take you outside. You can't be up in here. There you go. There you go. All right, be great, all right? There's tons of food out here for you. I'm gonna do something with that oil at some point. Collecting trash. Gotta get the tires out. We're gonna go to the recycling point and throw the tires away properly. The oil, I'll do that another time. I'm tired, you guys. Oh man, y'all, I'm so tired. Got old Chevy C, is that a C10 behind me? Or a C15? That old pickup back there. All right, let's get to recycling. Let's get to tree hugging. Ain't that what people like to call people who actually recycle? Call them tree huggers and stuff. Libtards. Is that what we are? Only libtards recycle. Global warming is a hoax. It's not real. Oh, shit. Alright, well, I don't take tires. I guess I'm gonna tell you guys something. Those 2 tires. They told me to put those tires in regular household trash. You know where household trash goes? It goes on their truck. They come pick it up. I don't have household trash because I'm not home enough to accumulate trash to pay $30 a month. It's just what it is. If you guys look down there, around that corner, see that open area with that purple trailer? That's where they dump household trash. I tell you. Fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, he sound like he hurting, man. Oh, shit. I was just sleeping on my recliner, y'all, and I started hearing all this noise. I was like, what the fuck is that noise? Dude got his nugget busted open. Stop all that noise. Dude, that shit bleeding out, man. Just chill out, yo. Making himself kind of look crazy out here. Hopefully my neighbor's not on his way home. Right. I just know it's painful. That's all I know. Yeah. So we've gone a little old school on the camera, but basically I want to tell you guys is just to be careful out there. If you're going to ride electric scooters, bicycles, wear gear of some sort, especially if you're going to be riding on the street. That man was riding in front of my house along the street, and I think he hit a pothole, a pretty big one that's kind of by the corner, and his handlebars was already loose because I went and inspected his scooter after the incident, and his handlebars was loose. So I'm thinking when he hit one of those bumps right by the curb, he was probably distracted. You know, usually they say when you're riding, wherever your eyes go or your head go, usually your body follows. And I think he was a victim of that. It's just me speculating based off of everything that I can see. I think he hit one of those bumps by the drain. His handlebars dropped, and that was it. He panicked and he went off the scooter, smacked his head on the asphalt, slid a little bit, and then stopped where we saw him at the beginning of that part of the video, where he was actually sitting at. He's ultimately okay, all things considered. The sergeant that showed up, the female, she said that he got transported to Topeka Hospital. I live in Manhattan, Kansas, so he got shipped to a hospital that's 58 miles away. He could be a veteran, and I know the VA, the big hospital for vets are over there. The only reason why I think he might be a veteran is because the hat that he had on his head when he crashed, it was in the plastic bag that I had accumulated or that I've gotten to put all his belongings in, and it was giving possible veteran. So hopefully he's fine. The sergeant did say he was going to be okay, and that's pretty much it. His belongings was taken. The sergeant came back this morning, which is the following day from when that happened, and she picked up his scooter to take it to somebody that he knows. So look, thanks for watching. If you guys want to see more, go on my main channel, which is just regular Jonasegway. G's Moto is going to be down in the description below, as well as commenting down in the comments below. So get over there and check her channel, especially if you're into like motovlogging and stuff like that. Luis, that's the homie right there. Him and Connie is always on my channel, you know, giving me some love. Definitely hype the video. If you got some hype points you want to give me, so to hype this video up, hype it up. I am trying to get this channel on and popping, so little by little I'm gonna be working on this channel, showing you guys how to do it. The oil for the oil drain, it's 12 millimeters, and for the filter on the other side of the bike, which is the side that does not have the exhaust, which would be the CVT side, that one is a 17 millimeter, and you want to be careful when you take that one out because there is a spring inside of that bolt. So when you take that bolt off, the spring is going to want to pop the filter out. Make sure you are aware of that, and make sure when you put it back, make sure you remember how the spring was shaped, because it's not just a single it's one side. It has to go in a certain way because it has a certain shape. So try to remember that when you take it out. But other than that, guys, Jonasegway, thanks for watching. See y'all in the next video. Peace.